Good afternoon once again to all the participants. It is my privilege to introduce our second speaker for the day, Dr. Rajan Krishna Perumal. Dr. Rajan is an accomplished researcher with a strong interdisciplinary expertise and international research exposure. His scholarly work has received more than 500 citations, reflecting the growing impact of his contributions in the research community. He brings valuable hands-on experience in using reference management systems and digital research tools that are essential for improving research efficiency, accuracy, and quality. In this session, Dr. Pichurajan will guide participants through effective use of reference management tools such as Mendeley and EndNote, organizing and managing references efficiently, responsible use of research support tools, etc. Dr. Pichurajan, we are delighted to have you with us today. So I request you to kindly take over the session. The virtual dais is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Kuran. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. It is a pleasure for me to join with you all virtually. I would like to thank the Department of Civil Engineering at Vivarabai College, 7th College of Engineering and Research for inviting me as a resource person for the today's faculty development program. It is an honor to contribute to a forum focused on such vital themes as research management and research writing, and I'm happy to connect with you colleagues all the way from Kausham. So we are on the day 4 of this program. By now, you might have discovered and discussed how to structure a proposal and how to seek funding. But as a researcher, we all face a nightmare. That is reference management. The moment you have a brilliant paper ready, but your reference are a mess, or you need to switch citation styles at the last minute. This is where many researchers lose the momentum. So today I want to move beyond just the theory-based research. My goal for session 8 is to provide you with a practical toolkit. We will explore reference management and research tools, not just as a software, but as a system to help you to stay organized, maintain academic integrity, and ultimately make your writing process much more efficient. Whether you are a seasoned supervisor or an early career researcher, I hope today's session will simplify your workflow. So let's dive into the tools that will transform how you manage your scholarly works. So before I start the presentation, I would like to give a small introduction about me. Who am I? So I'm Dr. Churajan Krishna Parma. I have completed my BTech in biotechnology and Tech in abnormal engineering, and I have a couple of years of work experience as a project assistant and project associate in various institutes. So I started my doctoral study in 2021 and completed this year May, and I joined as a postdoc in the same university under a different department. So why I'm suitable to talk about reference management? And thank you, Kuram, for your brief introduction, which lowered my work. So I have experience in academic research and writing, published some research and review articles, and I have been using the reference management softwares on regular basis, and I'm a certified mental advisor too. I have been serving as a peer reviewer in many international journals, where I have gained experience in evaluating citations, references, and plagiarism-related issues. So here I'm not going to uh, share some of my past experiences, how I struggled without reference management, and what are the difficulties I faced. So these are the contents which we will be discussing today, starting with objective, outcomes, a basic introduction about citation and reference, and what is plagiarism, which is more important here, and then reference management tools, mentally basics, academic toolkits, and the overall summary. To begin with the objectives, so I would like to introduce fundamental concepts of citation and referencing in academic writing, and to explain about the different citation styles and their appropriate usage across the disciplines. And I would like to create an awareness about plagiarism, its types, and its basic consequences. And I would like to highlight the importance of reference management in research and scholarly writing to familiarize the participants with reference management tools and their advantages, and provide a practical exposure to mentally for citation and referencing handling. And at the last, to introduce AI-assisted research tools such as NotebookLM, Quillbot, and Grammarly for academic support. So I will be expecting these kind of outcomes at the end of the session. I could, after I'm expecting the participants may clearly identify the difference between the citation reference and bibliography, and they may be able to identify and apply the appropriate citation style for the discipline. They can recognize the plagiarism and understand its ethical and academical consequences. They can understand how reference management reduces error and plagiarism risks, and how efficiently they can use them mentally or any other reference management tool, and how to utilize AI-based tools like Notebook LM and Quillbot and Grammarly for their integrated digital research flow work. So let's start. What is citation? A citation is a formal marker that credits the original creator of an idea, data point, or a code. In fact, it acts as a map that leads the reader from our argument or a claim back to the evidence. It is like we are having some proof that how we developed or how we validated the method. And the citation always comes in a two-part rule, which is citation we can split into two, in-text citation and reference list. While writing the article or anything, we will be using in-text citation, which is nothing but just a pointer, which will just have author or the year. Whereas in the reference list, we might be having the detailed information about the cited citation. As a teacher, when we teach students that citations are a tool for credibility rather than just a rules to avoid punishment, it helps to increase their engagement and compliance with the academic society. So, why do we cite sources? We cite sources to give credit to the original authors, to support claims with credible evidence, to allow readers to verify the sources, to avoid the plagiarism, and to demonstrate academic honesty and research integrity. So we have been using different citation style, which is specific to the journal or the publication, publisher or the institution. So these are the commonly used reference styles. As you can see here, there are different types are there, but usually in engineering department and engineering and tech related work, we use IEEE format because it keeps our technical reports concise by using numerical brackets instead of longer names. And notice how this AP and Harvard are using the full name because in social science and multidisciplinary department field of work, more than data, the person who said the thing is much matters. And one more uniqueness about the IEEE and Vancouver citation is you might have seen the journal name has been abbreviated. Does it simply like we doesn't know we don't need to waste the space and we solely rely on the data. And I would like to introduce the difference between the reference and bibliography. We might have often listened these things, references and bibliography. So I would like to just give a small highlight on that. So references is just uh, bibliography, which is included only with cited sources, which is mandatory in all the research articles. And the reference is directly related to the in-text citations, which we can find easily in research articles and reviews. In bibliography, it includes both cited and consulted sources. Here, consulted in the case, for example, if I'm writing a book, I may get inspired from something or any other different source. So in that case, it is not necessary for me to cite the source inside. Even if I'm inspired by something, I can add in the bibliography and it need not to be cited inside. However, it is least preferred for the research articles because research is based on evidence. So we need reference to back up our claim and the process. And as I mentioned earlier, bibliography is not necessarily need to be linked. And we can find bibliography in books and dissertation and thesis. So move on to the plagiarism. So plagiarism is nothing but plagiarism is using someone else's work or idea without giving them credit. We can say, on the other hand, it's a intellectual theft and it is a serious violation of honesty, whether it is done on purpose or by mistake. The result is same. So the plagiarism not only applies for research academy, it applies for everything. People can plagiarize anything. It can be text, ideas, data, or image or figures. Even though plagiarism can be intentional or unintentional, but the person who did that have to bear the pain. So here I have listed some types of plagiarism. So as the color intensifies, the severity of the plagiarism also intensifies. So the first one is miscue. Miscue is nothing but, for example, we have stated a statement from Permol et al. Instead of Permol et al, we mistakenly we have cited some other person, maybe Khurram et al. So that is miscue. It is less uh, severity, but still it should be avoidable. And second one is reflection. Reflection is nothing but just replicating others' work and just with some fancy words make it our own like that. The mosaic is the mosaic. Often our researchers use this concept. It's like in a statement or in a briefing, we can take the first half from one paper and second half from second paper, third half from third paper, and mix together, make it a mosaic. When it will become an issue, this is usually we will write the paper, but when it will become an issue, when you don't cite or when you don't give proper credition, credit for the original author, then it's plagiarism. Otherwise, you can make a paraphrasing and you can give the citation, then it's okay. Warp. Warp is nothing but in the name of say paraphrasing, we may intend to reduce the plagiarism, but we will end up in misinterpreting or misquoting the data. Half and half is like we will pull the data from different sources and just cite half of the sources and half of the sources we will just leave it out. Co-citation. This is much more interesting citation. Our dear friend ChatGPT uses this kind of citation model. Co-citation nothing but it is a citation, but in real world, in fact, it is not at available. You can say it's cooked up or fabricated data, a fabricated citation. So most of the AI generative text now, mostly ChatGPT or Perplexity, they follow this type. Second is remix. Remix is nothing but just similar to the reflection, but here little bit extra fancy words to make it unique. But in fact, it is somebody else's work. Just with toppings, we will be like presenting it without giving them credit. Recycle and mitosis comes under self-citation. Recycle is nothing but using the same data, using the same format which we published earlier or which we used before. So there is uniqueness. Mitosis, it's just duplicating the same thing, just with slight modification. Even though it is our own work, we have to cite it. If we don't give the citation, then we are breaching the agreement with which we had with the publisher. Cherry pick is like selecting specific part, and using it, and without giving any credit to the author. Copycat is very easy. Control C, Control V. We all used to do. But if we don't give the citation or the credit to the original author, then it is a problematic one. And the final one is identity theft. This is like using somebody else's work and then claiming it is all our own, which we don't do, but still there are some reports where around the world. So these are the types of plagiarism which we should avoid. And next, coming to the consequences of plagiarism. Now we have to look at the dark side of the research. Plagiarism is not just about getting a bad grade in your professional world. It is a career killer. It starts at submission gate itself. Most of the journals today use AI assisted software like Turnitin or Authenticate. If your manuscript shows significant unoriginal content, it is rejected immediately, often before a human editor can even see it. But let's say your paper gets through the process and it published. If the plagiarism is discovered later on, like for say 10 years, 5 years later, the journal still have the power to remove your paper. They will issue a public retraction. This is a permanent stain on your entire career. That record can be fined via Google. It leads to a total loss of academic credibility. Funding bodies will lose trust over you. So this situation will put you in a situation where you have to face disciplinary action from your institution, legal and ethical consequences. Even the degree, the ministry have the power to revoke your degree even after 10 years of your problem. So it not only affects you, it affects your co-authors also. Even their reputation also will be damaged. This all together will bring you to the public mistrust. It's hard to gain the trust again. So what are the importance of proper referencing? Referencing is not just a formatting chore. It is a shield that protects you from professional reputation. As we see here, proper referencing build you research credibility. It will demonstrate your depth of knowledge in literature review. It helps you to avoid plagiarism. It enables and expands your knowledge tracing, and eventually it will increase the chance of publication acceptance. Then let's move to the reference management. Reference management is a systematic process of capturing, organizing, storing, and citing the references efficiently without making mistake. So this reference collection is the first uh, step of the reference management, where we will be collecting databases from different sources. It can be Scopus, Science Direct, or Google Scholar, you can say, or we can use any plugins or manual entry to collect the data first. Afterwards, we have to sort the data either based on the group. The group can be based on your work or based on the type of material we have collected for, say, methodology or just literature review or just extraction, just mechanical properties like that. And you need a centralized storing place where you can access your database around the world. So mostly it is a cloud-based server. Uh, we can do manually, but it is hard for us to maintain every time. So it is better to leave it to an automated system that can do it for us and citing the references efficiently. We can use cite while you write. This is an option is available in all the reference management softwares that will help you to cite while you type. No need to worry about the references. So when you cite, automatically your reference will be added to the text. So you don't need to worry about the track. So what are the use of reference management tools? While we know that proper referencing is vital for credibility, doing it manually is prone to error. Reference management tools can handle heavy lifting by automating the generation of citations and allowing us to change the styles within a single click. For example, it shows efficiency in accuracy. These tools save time and significantly reduce manual typing errors. For this, I can give you an example. So before 1 year, have been engaged with a review article where I have used around 130 references. However, my professor is not a fan of reference management tool, so I have to use it manual. So I have to use the manual method. In the last 1 year, I have my paper has been written and I have resubmitted to more than 11 journals, and each journal follows each method. And think you are in a position, you have to manage this thing. You have to change the entire in-text citation. You have to change the reference according to the journal manually for 130 references. That is much more time taking. So after some time, I have convinced my professor and I have get the permission to use the reference management tools in that particular paper. He was worried because there are more references are there, so he worried that it should not mess up. So later I have convinced him. Now it is so easy that even with one click, I can change the entire manuscripts in text citation and reference list. That's what I mentioned here, automation. So they automatically generate the in-text citation and full reference list. We don't need to worry about that, and we don't need to worry about the content, tracing the numbers. And they have a unique character called organization. You can store all your you can store all your PDF and personal annotations in one searchable box. So you don't need to depend on any other PDF viewer. Your reference manager itself will act as a PDF reader. It can help you to take notes. As you mentioned, the flexibility. They allow you to switch between different citation styles. It can be APA, IEEE, or OneCover, whatever it is. Just within one click, it will do it. And the most important thing is teamwork. We all collaborate with each other for different type of proposals, dissertation, or review articles. So using manual, that time it is not suitable. So when we use the reference manual software, it is easy for us to communicate or easy for us to take control over the document easily. So let's discuss about some of the common reference management tools which is available in the market. So there are so many tools are there. I have selected only 4 based on the popularity and the usage. The first one is Zotero. Zotero is a light, uh, simple reference software, which is just known for a web browser plugin. and it is very easy to use. However, it is not that powerful as Mendeley or EndNote. So let's move to the Mendeley. Mendeley is it's a freemium subscription model, which means you can 90% of the benefits you can get it for free. In case if you want the extra storage option, then you can pay for the money. You can pay the money, you can get it out. Otherwise, this is so good, so easy. And in the other hand, EndNote, the key difference between Mendeley and EndNote is Mendeley is good at PDF annotation and citing, and the software usage interface is so easy that anybody can learn Mendeley within one day. Whereas in EndNote is little bit difficult, but it is more powerful, and their database is so big that no other reference manager has ever seen. And finally comes the RefWorks. RefWorks is very light because it is cloud-based, so there is no requirement for installation of software. Easy, but it is not that, I don't say it is bad, like it's not that efficient like Mendeley or EndNote. So with all this introduction, we will try to see what we can do with Mendeley. So what is Mendeley? Actually, Mendeley is a free reference management software that supports the researchers to manage their references, read and annotate PDF, cite references, cite research while writing, and collaborate with everyone. So these three are the integrated apps of Mendeley. The first one is Mendeley Reference Manager. This is a desktop app which can organize, store, and group your reference data, I mean metadata. The second one is Mendeley Site. This is especially for Microsoft Word. It's an add-on which will help you to cite while you write. And third one is Mendeley Web Importer. This is much more helpful and convenient. As we in the next slides, we will see how to create a metadata, how to create a library. So that time I can explain you how this web importer is easy and helpful. So let's get started with by installing the Mendeley. So even though Mendeley is free, they require a account, which is mandatory. So it's nothing but just go to the Mendeley homepage and you can sign in. You can use you can create your own ID and you can download the app either for Windows or can be for Mac or can be for Linux. So once you're done with the registration and installation, you can do the installation. And the second is Mendeley site. So this one we can find in the Microsoft Store or from the Mendeley website itself. So this is a plugin for the MS Office. So once you're done with the downloading, you can go to the tool and you can install the Mendeley site for Word. So it will appear here. And this is a Mendeley web importer. We can say it is a browser extension. We can find this web extension from the Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, or Mozilla Firefox, or it can be Safari. So when we add this um, extension, it will be easy. Like whenever you read any PDF, you can go to any database. You can directly import the reference from that paper using this web importer option. So let's start how to build a reference library. So this is how typically a Mendeley reference manager will look like. So the left-hand side, we can see the tools, the references, recently added one, favorites, and my publication, trash, and your personal collection, and your personal group. And the major column will be your bibliography. So from here, you can choose which reference you want. And this here, the green icon shows that the PDF is already downloaded. And this icon shows the PDF is ready for downloading. So let's start building a library. So as I mentioned earlier, the left side is for the tools where we can access the references, recently added one, the favorites one. My publication is like your own publications will be synced to the website, will be synced to the software through your Scopus ID. And the right hand side, we can see the info. The info option is for specific for a reference. When you click a reference, it can show the metadata here. In case if you have any um, doubt about the metadata here, that you can edit it here by yourself. So the good thing about Mendeley is that it is a cloud-based, they have a cloud-based server so that you can use and you can access your library wherever, all around from the world. You can use your desktop, you can use your laptop, you can use your mobile phone. Since it is cloud-based, your library is synced automatically every 5 minutes. So no need to worry about losing the data. So now we will see how to uh, add the references from your computer, from your downloaded PDF. So if you have any downloaded PDF, directly you can drag and pull inside the software. That will automatically detect the metadata from the added PDF and it will create the library. And similarly, we can add references from computer with other options also. So this one is for PDF. This one is you can add manually. You can, in case, in some cases, we may not find the BibTeX or EndNote format or RS format, or we don't get the metadata. In such cases, we have to uh, enter the metadata manually. So let's see how to add the metadata to the, to not through manually. So as I mentioned earlier, in the manual case, either you can use the metadata, you can include or you can insert the metadata by yourself, or you can use DOI, or you can use PubMed ID, and you can search in the inbuilt search, and you can add it to the library. This is what I mentioned previously, that Mendeley Web Importer, or you can say the plugin. So once you install this thing, install this web importer, you can go to any database. It can not necessarily Scopus. It can go to Scopus. You can go to Google Scholar. You can go to Web of Science, anywhere. So once you are in the result, you made a search and you find some literature there. And if you click the red icon there, it will retrieve the data from the page and it will show here, like has mentioned here, 20 references detected on this page. So among these 20 references, whichever references you want, select and add it to your ID directly. So no need to download the PDF. There is no necessity to add it manually. You can use this simple techniques to build your library. Uh, this is what I mentioned previously. And in case if you want to look the PDF or look into the PDF, you can click view PDF as the PDF will be viewed there. From the PDF viewer also you can add directly to the Mendeley. So it's much more easier. So in my experience, compared to other reference managers like EndNote or Zotero, Mendeley has multiple options to build your library. And you might be thinking that, like, what if I add my duplicate documents or duplicated files? So in EndNote, what will we do? If we have duplication, we can search by the filter and we can remove it manually. And now we have some automatic option that will detect the duplicated one and it will delete the one. So in the case of Mendeley, what we can do is, if to avoid the duplication, for example, you already inserted the metadata, just the citations score you have added, but you didn't add any PDF. So instead of adding PDF again and creating another metadata, instead we can mix that. We can add that PDF to the concern or to the specific citation. So like what they're doing here, instead of adding as the new reference, they are adding this PDF to the existing citation, existing reference, so that they can avoid the duplication. So same here, like once your library is ready, and you want to share your library with some of your colleagues, or you have to take a backup. So you can export all your library either in the form of BibTeX, or you can take it in XML format for specifically for EndNote, or you can take it as a RIS, which is a common format. For say you're using monthly and your colleague is using EndNote and you want to share your library with him. So you can export all your references either in the form of EndNote or in the form of RIS. And you can share the file so that he can also use the same library there. Let's see how to manage the library. So our library, as I mentioned, so the left-hand side, we can see the tools. We can say smart tools. It will display the recent items which we added in the last 30 days and references which we opened in the last 30 days. And the favorites, in case if you have some favorite paper or if you have some favorite article which is interesting, that you can mark it as a favorite and you can take it here. And my publications, as I mentioned earlier, based on your Scopus ID and your Science Direct profile, the website will automatically sync your publications to your software. And trash is like whatever you deleted, it will be stay in the trash for 30 days. After 30 days, it will be automatically deleted back. And this green line indicates whether you have read the document or not yet. So you can check the library, like you might have added the references, or you might have created the library, but you might not have seen the document. So in such cases, it is very helpful to notify you whether you have come across the file or not. And we can create a custom collection. For example, I may be writing a review on astrophysics, or I may be writing my thesis. So I can differentiate the things based on my collection. So I can name a new collection. I can give a name. I can add the specific library or specific references to that particular collection. Let's go to the metadata. As you can see, that metadata in the case, it's nothing but the detailed information about the reference what you have added here. So when you click the particular reference, the info tab will open. So the info tab will show the metadata. Some cases, the metadata may not be correct. Sometimes it may have some mistake. So in that case, if we can manually edit the metadata and make it correct. And if you want to make a tag, for example, maybe this paper is related to my methodology. So in case in future, if you want to refer to the methodological papers, you don't need to read each and every paper again and again. So when you read this paper, if you find this is specific to your extraction or specific to your methodology or specific to your mechanical properties, you can give a tag here, methodology or ontology, whatever. So whenever you want to check whenever you want to check a list of articles which is related to your methodology, just click on the methodology. All the tagged articles will come. It will make your work even more easier. And these are the common identifiers which we'll be using, DOI and PubMed. So in case if this data is not available there, you can add it there. And if you wish, you can click this, share this reference anonymously with the Mendeley Web Catalog, because as I mentioned, there are some metadata which may not be available online, which we have to create by ourselves. So once we create it, and if we want to share with everyone, we can click this option so that anybody want to access that metadata can take it from the Mendeley website. And this is the action panel. In case if you select more than 2 or 3 references, it will pop up and it will show what action you want to perform. You want to export, or you want to mark as read, or mark as unread, or you want to add it to a collection, or you want to make it a group. You all that all we can access from here. So let's see here how to add references to a particular group or a particular collection. So as you have seen, this is that easy that you can add the reference to the group or the collection. And this is how we can add multiple references for a collection. So you can select multiple, like you can say 50, 60 or more than 3 or 4. You can add and use the action key and you can add it to the collection. And there is one more option um, to add multiple references. Now what we have said, now what we have seen is like selecting the specific, selecting the references and then giving the action key. There is one more option that you can do is directly we can drag and drop into the collection. And now our library is ready. And you want to search some particular reference or particular article or particular group of article. So you can use this filter option. Instead of searching all the references, you can apply the filter and you can narrow down the search. For example, yeah, as you seen here, the person is searching for the article which has the keyword nature, but he want to make it a specific, uh, he want to make it further refinement. So he narrowed down the search using the filter options. Similarly, we can also use the filter and the search box to narrow down our search so that we can focus, we may not spend more time on other things. And let's see how to read and annotate the PDF documents in the Mendeley web browser. So the good thing about Mendeley, I always wonder is, unlike other reference management, the PDF reader and the annotation in the Mendeley is much more good. Here, whenever you open a PDF document, you can easily annotate, you can easily highlight, and whatever you highlighted will be automatically added to your notebook. So that's a cool feature, which is I'm not sure which is available in other uh, reference managers or not. So you can give a comment or a sticky note, like it can be a comment or it can be a mistake or it can be your own thoughts. You can stick it there. Or in case if you find anything interesting or if you find anything that's more important, you can highlight the text. So let's see how we can annotate and how we can add the highlighted text to our notebook. So when you want to highlight something, and you can use the pen tool, you can highlight the content, and whatever you highlighted will be automatically added to your notebook. Yeah, and you can give a subsection or subheading, whatever you like, and you can keep it there so it is useful for you to interpret the information later when you write the article. So as I mentioned, the Mendeley notebook. So when you highlight something, you can right click and the right click will show add to notebook. You can add it to notebook. Or if you want to delete the annotation, you can delete the annotation. And in the notebook, you can make several sticky notes with different subheadings so that you can have your own gist here that is helpful for you while writing the paper. Same thing. And in case if you are wondering like whether you can read your documents in offline, yes, you can do it. So there is option to make the reference offline, which means you can download the documents. Either you can make all the references, either you can download all the references together, or you can select the references which you want, and that you can download it, as you mentioned here. So instead of downloading option, it will be mentioned as make available offline. So let's see how to use Microsoft in-text citation. So this is cite while you write option, which you can find in the Microsoft Word. In Microsoft Word, you can find this Mendeley cite in two places, depending on your version. If you're using an old version of Microsoft Office, then you can find the Mendeley cite under the column called references. If you are using a newer version or Microsoft 365, you can find the same Mendeley cite after the help option. So depending on the version of your Microsoft Office, the place of Mendeley site will be changed here and there. So once you access this Mendeley site, here you can choose the collection, your collection name. In the search box, you can search for keyword which is related to your article, or you can write the author name. So it will give you the results. From the result, you can select whichever things you need to cite. Click it and insert citation. So here, let's see how we can search and insert the citations. So as you see here, we can search that particular reference and we can select the particular reference what we need to add there. Select that and keep the cursor where you want to cite. Once you're done clicking insert citation, that's also cool. It will be added there. And once you're done with this thing, we can at the end we can see the references. And in case some people might not feel comfortable to keep the toolbar, like some people may prefer in the right side or some people may prefer in the left side. Some people doesn't want to keep this toolbar inside the word. So in such cases, we can use this option here. The drop down will show the move option. You can move this tool from the right side to the left side, or you can move it directly outside of your software. So it will not interfere with your viewing function or it will not interfere with your text. So there is no strict rules that you have to keep it here or keep it there. You can use any place. It is all about our convenience. And finally, once we're done with the citations, citing all the things are done, in-text citations finished, we can build our bibliography. So once we mention the insert bibliography, before inserting the bibliography, you have to keep the cursor in the place where you want to paste your bibliography or the reference list, probably in the last page of the document. So click the cursor there and come to the Mendeley site and insert bibliography. That's all your reference. This will be automatically updated there. And in the citation style, you can choose which citation you want. Probably mostly the engineering and technology review papers or articles will use IEEE. In my case, in biological field, we will use Vancouver or APA 7th edition or APA 6th edition, depending on the journal. Even though these are standard types like this is American Psychology Association APA 6th edition, but the journal will have their own modifications. So maybe after you add the citation style, we may need to manually edit the template. So let's see how to collaborate and how to share the references across the world with your colleagues. So for this, as I mentioned, we have a group, we have a item code. The collection is for our personal collection, for our personal use, whereas group is for sharing with our colleagues or sharing with our collaborators. So we can create a group or we can be a part of any group that will show here. So here is the option to create a new group. Once the group is added, we can see here if I'm and Dr. XS and Dr. YY in a group and I shared some document, that document will be appear like shared in that remaining two collaborators profile. And if I have any doubt or if I find anything interesting, I can highlight it and I can give a note that this is good or this I can use. So need not every time need not to be in a call or need not to be informing person. Whatever you think, maybe while writing papers, we may get some idea, just mark it and give your input, share the file so that the your idea so that your query can be addressed to the other collaborators. And for the group management, we can from the top right hand side, we can see how many members are there, how much persons are uh, invited, and whether they have responded or what like that. In addition, we can see. And a group can hold up to 100 people. And if you want to invite people, like many people, you can invite them through their mail ID. If they share their link for the personal group, and the contents of the group can be only visualized by the participants and the owner, not by any other third person. So whatever you share or whatever you keep in your group, it's highly secured. And let's move to the resources. So let's discover how Mendeley is helping us other than citing. So like Scopus and Science Direct, Mendeley also have their own database. So here you can use different keywords and different queries to get your data. So the unique feature of this site is you can say it sometimes it's uh, annoying also. If you search for example, if you search for a double stroke engine or a four stroke engine, and you want to do some research or you want to find some review about the engines, if you find the if you keep on reading about one particular topic, the system or the website will detect your activity and it will suggest or it will find any relevant articles and it will send a mail to you. In some cases, it is easy, in some case, it is a little bit uneasy. In case if you feel uneasy, at any point you can unsubscribe the link. So once you are in the Mendeley database, and if you use a keyword, so the good thing about Mendeley database is when you see the reference list, the bottom at the bottom you can see these options: add to library, view PDF related. So the good thing is, unlike other database, download the file as RIS or get the PDF, add it to the reference, add it to the reference manager. Not like that. Here, just directly one click, you can directly add to the library. So your library is, it's like Vodafone Watchdog, it's following you everywhere. You can access from anywhere. And you can see the journal metrics as well as the article metrics also. So if you are particular about one, if you are curious about particular article, once you click the article, you can see the metrics there. So the metrics will show like when it is published and what is the popularity of the paper, how much readers have seen the paper, which age group or which category people are seeing this paper. So sometimes this will give some idea even for our own paper, how well our paper reach, whether the paper whether when we write a paper, we will have intention that we will write for industry application, we will write for some academic application. For example, if I write a paper for industry application, and if I can see the metrics, I can know whether the paper has really has really targeted the target audience. So in that case, we can see the metrics. And as I mentioned earlier, we can get the recommended article list. Sometimes it's quite good because no, every time we cannot check, and if any paper is uh, published or added to the database after our search, we may not known or we may not aware of that. In such cases, the automated recommendation will bring the information to you so that we don't need to spend more time or we don't need to feel like we missed something. And these are the help guides. In case if you have any issue with the app or citing option, desktop, each and every option, they have a FAQ and they have a separate support system for that. And This is one of the best support system I have ever seen with my experience because I have using EndNote as well as Mentoring. If I have some issue with EndNote, sometimes it may take more than 2 weeks or 10 days to get a reply back or something to get the result. But last time when I had some issue with the Mentoring, I just sent a mail, and after that I raised a ticket in their website. So within 2 days, my problem was resolved and my account was activated back. So their support system is well and good. And in case if you feel that you are expert and you are okay with all the options and you're well known about the mentoring, you can join the community for the advisors where you can show your academic credentials and affiliation. You can get a monthly advisor community certificate and you can conduct FDP or you can teach your students with confidence. So with this, I'll wrap up the Mendeley uh, tool. We will move to the modern academic toolkits. So there are more academic toolkits are available. However, I have listed only three, which is Notebook LM, Quillbot, and Grammarly. And I have further categorized them into two groups. So the one is thinking and organizing, and the another one is writing and refining. So in thinking and organizing, Notebook LM is like a personal research assistant, which focuses only on the input. It doesn't write the paper for you, but it helps you to understand the gap, the conflict between the articles, and the uniqueness of the article. It will organize the PDF, it identifies the theme, and it creates a study guide with direct source link. So unlike ChatGPT or any other generative AI, it will not show the data or show the information from unknown sources. Here, you feed the information for, say, you will be adding the PDF there. And if you ask any question, the answer for the question will be derived from the uploaded paper with reference, not just like that it will create. So it will not lead you to the plagiarism side or ghost citation side. In the other hand, Grammarly and Quillbot is like your digital editorial board. They focus on more on output. They cannot generate, but they can refine your structure. Quillbot is a architect. It specializes in paraphrasing and summarizing your data. That is very professional and very academically sound. Whereas Grammarly is it's like a proofreader. It specializes in grammatical corrections and tone of the document. When we combine these tools, we'll ensure that file is technically sound and free from errors. So let me show some comparison between Quillbot and Grammarly. In Quillbot and compared to Quillbot and Grammarly, almost the features are same with them. But there are some unique features that make some difference. For example, here rewriting mode. In Quillbot, we have different rewriting mode. We can use simplified, humanized, academic. It can target this particular audience, which is not available in Grammarly. Whereas Grammarly has a style suggestion. It will ask formal or like simplified or casual like that. It can uh, differentiate your text based on the tone, but that is not available in Quillbot. Similarly, the writing goals. In Quillbot, you can define the writing goals. In Grammarly, in Quillbot, you cannot define the writing goals, whereas in Grammarly, you can do. However, in the listed features, some features may not be available for the free subscribers. It is only available for the premium subscribers. So I will stop the comparison here and I will try to show a small demo about Notebook LM. So I hope now the screen is visible now. So let's see the Notebook LM. So you can directly go to your browser and type notebooklm.google.com. So you will be taken to this page. In case if you're not signed in, it will ask you to sign in. You can use your Google ID. So I will show one demo here, like I have already prepared one, but still I can show one. So you can create a new notebook. So here you can add the sources by yourself, or you can drag and drop. So let me drag and drop. So here I have already prepared some articles. So maybe I can drag these articles and drop it here. Let's wait until it's uploaded. Um, Please bear with me. Sometime it takes some time. So in the meantime, I can show you the contents of this. So we can add the sources here. And once the sources are added here, it will create a summary based on our upload. And we can start shooting questions here. Whatever question we will ask, the answers will be derived only from the 6 documents, not from the outside, 5 documents. And based on these 5 documents, we can prepare a audio overview, video overview, mind map report. We can use different things to different options are there to check the five. Here you can change the title. I think it's taking time. Until then, we can check my previous one. So previously I have added 2 documents here. And so based on the 2 documents, it automatically gave the title. It automatically gave me a introduction about the thing. And when I ask a question about like from the document, it gave me the answer, which is from the uploaded information. So I can, when I click the citation or the reference, it can directly cite the text from where the information has been pulled out. And this is one more thing. And other thing is, I have created a mind map already. When you click this mind map, it will prepare a map like this. So this map will show overall view of your database. So here I have added 2 papers, which is related to seaweed, sea cucumber. So from the 2 articles, it has been classified into 4 subclasses: structure, composition, biological activities, isolated or clinical structure, and method of analysis. So if I'm more interested in structural composition, if I click, it will come, like it will further narrow down into backbone, branching type, and branching position. If I'm more interested in backbone, force a click, it will show what is the backbone there. So I don't need to read the entire whole paper. Instead, I can use this function and I can target my search, and the key information I can find it here itself. And the good thing is, for example, I find this and I want to know what is this. Just click this, and based on that query, it will generate an answer here. See, the information in the supporting data will come here. And the one more good thing is, there is another one called infographic. When I click the infographic, it creates a graphical abstract based on the sources I have included. This is the whole information derived from the 2 papers. This image was created instantly, less than a minute. This AI created this image. So this is easy for me to understand what is the core ideology or what is the core outcome of the paper. and I can take reference from the figure to construct my own um, what is that graphical abstract. So let's see whether ours. Okay, so this is the file we created now, where I have added five sources. From the five sources, it gave a title automatically, and it gave a small introduction about the work. And in case if I have any questions, like how does the heat treatment impact? So if I click this shoot the question, it will derive the answer from the five sources, not from the other Go citation, not from any other sources. The answer for this question will be derived from the sources what we have provided. So this is easy for writing or pulling information for our papers. And for example, I can create mind map, I can create infographic at the same time, so it will be done by the time. Okay, the mind map is ready. So the mind map is prepared based on the five sources. So have uh, the paper what I uploaded is about collagen, which is extracted from sea cucumbers. So based on the five sources, this has been classified into special sources, species sources, characteristics, physical property, processing modification, application. And if I'm more interested in application, then I can open the application, I can see. So the application has been further classified into food and bioactive peptides. For say I'm going for food packaging. So the food packaging will showing the application like it can be used as edible film, UV blocking, biodegradable material. So this narrow down my time, my search, but with proper evidence. And if you want, you can download this as a PDF or as a PPT. And we can, let's wait for the infographic. When the infographic is ready, then we can see how this AI is transforming the uploaded sources into a graphical abstract within 1 or 2 minutes. In the meantime, we can create a quiz for staff or for the researcher if they want to find any conflict between the uh, bet between two articles or to review. Simply they can upload the document here and they can type a command like um, differentiate the lags or differentiate the gaps or differentiate the conflict between two papers. This AI will picturize everything. Whereas in the case of students, not only articles, if they want to learn more about their class notes or any study material, they can upload their class notes as a PDF here and they can create their own quiz or own report. That is a simplified, precise method that help them to understand the concept easily. So now the graphical abstract is prepared. Let's see how it has done. So this is the overall outcome. So based on the five papers, it has prepared a graphical abstract that shows the structure and the properties of the compound and the application of the compound, which is well and good, even though we cannot use it directly due to IP rights. But still, we can get inspired from this figure so that we can design or we can create our own graphical abstract. So maybe if you have some confusion about preparing a graphical abstract or preparing a schematic diagrams, maybe you can follow this method. And some people, they are not fond of reading the documents. They are uh, good at listening. For such people, you can use the audio overview. So this will simplify the content and it will start talking back. It will read you the content. So it is like a podcast. You can have an academic podcast using articles. Same thing with video overview. Video overview is like it will generate a AI-based video to show the contents of your uploaded sources and similarly reports and mind map we have already seen. And flashcard is like like a fun activity. Based on that, it will make a small cards that you can share with your friends, and you can have a group discussion. Maybe the flashcards and quiz are much more helpful in case if you're planning for some group activity or group studies. Okay, let it create until in the meantime, I will show you the Quillbot. So as I mentioned, the Quillbot, so you can see they have targeted options like standard, fluency, humanized, formal, academic, and simple, creative, expand. However, in the free account, we can use only standard and fluency. Remaining all comes under premium. But it is worth paying. You can, if you have enough funding or you are willing to pay, you can pay the money, you can get the tool here. But sometimes, from my experience, I have noted sometimes the meaning changes. So even though it paraphrases, you have to take a overlook how well it is paraphrased. And similarly for Grammarly, you can upload any document or you can copy and paste the document. It will simply check your grammar patterns and it will let you know what are what are the things are there, like whether how well you can prepare this file. And this also same thing, certain suggestion you can give, but afterwards you may need to pay to get um, the complete feature. And I'm not sure that a video will be prepared in time or it may take some time. So um, maybe you can give a try on yourself by yourself and you can check it out. So let's move to the PPT. With all this explanation, I would like to summarize the outcomes. So I hope I have gave a proper introduction about citation and referencing, and there is necessity for the academic integrity and credibility. And we have found that reference management tools save time, ensure consistency, and reduce manual errors, while Mendeley enables systematic organization and accurate citation for research literature, like other review reference management. And the main thing is plagiarism, which can be unintentional, but its consequences are serious. And AI tools like Notebook, LM, Quillbot, and Grammarly can support research and writing. However, human intervention or human overlooking is necessary. And we have learned about responsible and ethical use of digital tools for the academic research. Combining this research, traditional reference management and other AI tools can ease and can enhance our research efficiency. So with this, I would like to conclude my presentation. Thank you.
Yes, the session is now open for questions. If there is any question, the participant, please, you can ask the expert. Then we will take the questions from the chat box. You can also write the questions in the chat box.
Okay, here I have seen one comment like how can we correct metadata errors after importing PDFs into Mendeley? Simple. Whether it is PDF imported metadata or it is manual imported metadata, once you add into the add it into the Mendeley, it will be saved as a separate data file. So there you can go click the reference, go to the info, edit the metadata. It is previously it was a little bit complex, but now in the recent update they have fixed the issue. So now it is much more easy to edit the data.
Yes, do we have any other questions from the participants? We have plenty of time. Uh, Dr. Pichurajan, we have plenty of time. If the video that you are preparing, if that is complete, you
Yeah,
can show.
sure.
We have more
Mm,
20 minutes in the session left.
Yeah, sure. We'll check it out. It's still generating, so we can see in the meantime.
Yeah, it will take time actually.
In the meantime, we can explore other options too.
Uh, I think the expert have answered the question of Yojana Pudle, who has asked the question. If you have further
Uh,
queries, go on.
so maybe in the meantime, I can show the features of EndNote. So, so EndNote is another type of reference management tool. So I can show my one of my manuscript which has been accepted recently. So how I struggle with this manuscript, I can show. I can share this experience. So maybe you can see this manuscript here. So this is one of the review which I have started before 1 year. And for last 1 year, it has been back and forth shuffling between the journals. So you can see that the number of references is almost 122. And for the first half of the year, almost 6 months, for 5 to 7 journals, I have been editing these references and citations manually, which takes me 3 days to 4 days to complete. So what I did is, so later I have convinced the professor and took the permission, and I have used EndNote. EndNote is also similar to the what is it, similar to the Mendeley. For example, here I have used a different citation style. In case if I want to change it to the APS 6, just go to citation style and just click APA. So since I have cited many, I have more in-text citations, it may take some time. And I have so many background processes going in back. Okay, it takes some time it seems. So in the meantime, we can see the interface of the EndNote. You might have seen the interface of EndNote and Mendeley is not different. It's almost similar. The left panel shows the tools and the right panel shows the information about the particular um, reference. So as somebody asked previously, so in metadata, we can edit like this, like it is almost similar to the Mendeley and EndNote. So once you select the particular reference, you can go to the edit option. Here you can find the metadata. In case if I want to change anything, I can change here and then click save. It is done. Same in the same way it can be done in Mendeley also. So the bibliography is almost updated. Then previously I have used numbered method. Now you can see it is in etal format. It's almost 43-page long document. Everything changed, and you can see the finally the reference list also automatically updated according to the journal, according to the citation style what I provided. So the same work which I did now for within 2 minutes, I took 4 to 5 days to do. And when it comes for thesis and dissertation, that is another nightmare. So I just encourage the students and the professors to use some reference managers to handle their burden. Otherwise, we have to waste a lot of time in arranging and checking. So in this case, in case if I want to edit this particular citation, I can go to tool output style and I can go to edit. And in the edit box, this is citation template like bibliography number. So this is numbered article. And if I want to change anything in the reference list, for example, it's like in the journal article, it's like author, comma, title without any punctuation, then journal, space, volume, and the volume is in bold, then pages, year, and DOI. So in case if I want to make any changes, if you want to if you want to make the volume not bold, just I can click this, not bold. Even though the journal provides their own citation format, sometimes they forgot to update it. So most of the journal now they use the citation style from 2012 or 2020. Only few journals are updating every year. Otherwise, you have to manually edit this template and then use it. So let's check whether the video has been prepared. Yeah, the video has been prepared already. So let's see what they have. Uh, is the audience can able to listen the audio from the video? Right.
Uh, Dr. Pijurajan, if you can like maximize the screen size.
Yeah. Are you able to listen? Are you able to get the audio from the video?
Probably not, because it will be
Probably
on
not.
your
Yeah,
audio.
okay. So
That's fine. You can just see the video.
just show the video like this will so I have uploaded 5 sources. So from the 5 resources, it made a new story. So it is quite good to see and quite good to understand the study. Maybe you can download the video also. To see here, they have taken the data from the paper and they are trying to show in the video that like a story, how it started and what is going on like that. So as you see from the given data, the AI has already created a video. I'm sorry, I'm not able to show the audio. The video has comes with a good audio description. Even I am surprised that it is giving a detailed description about the work, and it is giving a conclusive idea about what they are discussing, what is done there. So maybe you can all can have a look at this AI tool and you can utilize it for your research. So with this, I will conclude the session. Thank you once again for your opportunity and for your patience.
Yeah, are there still any questions? So we can conclude. Thank you, Dr. Pichurajan Krishna Perumal.
Thank
I
you,
will
Dr.
just
Karan.
give a summary of what you have uh, summarized the whole PPT. First, you have explained about the citation, plagiarism, reference, and bibliography, types of plagiarism, and what can be its probable consequences. And then told us about reference management and very in-depth demo of Mendeley. It's like a virtual hands-on experience on these softwares like Quillbot and Mendeley. So, on behalf of TSSM's Pevra by Savan College of Engineering and Department of Civil Engineering, I would like to thank you for your valuable time and thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Karan. Thank you for your hospitality and thank you for the opportunity to share some of my thoughts and share some of my pain also. So it's good to see
Okay.
you back.
You're most welcome, sir. You're most welcome.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So the session is now concluded for the participants. Uh, we will be sharing the feedback form on the WhatsApp group as usual, and we can reconnect tomorrow. The uh, ninth and 10th session will be tomorrow at the same time. The ninth session will be from 10 a.m. and the last session will be at 2 o'clock. And after that, we will be having a validity session. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.